When you start Madden 24 for the first time, you probably saw this screen, but chances are you picked the wrong settings. I'm going to help you pick the right settings and learn how to apply skill-based passing to your game so you can instantly improve your passing and be able to have the skill to throw pinpoint passes like this. We're going to take 3 steps to improve our passing today, and the third might be the most important of all. But step 1, we're going to go to settings right here. Once you jump into settings, scroll on down till you get to the passing type. Now in the passing type, this is where you can pick the correct settings. Classic is the way passing has always been in Madden, but it doesn't give you any competitive advantage. Skill-based passing came out in Madden 23, and I promise you it's not going anywhere. I know you might be scared of trying the new skill-based passing or getting used to it or learning it, but I promise you once you figure it out and once you get it down, you're going to be amazed at the throws you can make, and it's that much more satisfying when you make a tight window throw that you just weren't able to make with just classic passing. So we're going to scroll on over here. Placement is the next option available. This is like skill-based passing light. It lets you put the ball where you want, but it doesn't allow you control the accuracy. It's great. It'll do the job if you want to kind of dip your toes in the water, but your best option here is going to be placement plus accuracy. With this option, you're able to get perfect accuracy on bullet passes, and it gives you a little bit more feedback as to what's going on. This is what I personally use, and it lets me make some ridiculous throws. Now, passing slowdown, this is a kind of a way to learn how skill-based passing works. It's going to slow down how the reticle moves, and it'll let you kind of figure out how to jump into it without going full go. This is great for practice mode. This is great for franchise mode. It's not available as an online option. It's only on offline modes. Freeform reticle max distance. This sounds super confusing, but what it is there's a gray circle. That's the target area for your pass. And then the reticle is the little orange circle that goes around that target. This determines how far that little circle can travel outside of the gray target. For this option, I chose near because I don't want to throw passes way out of my receiver's reach. It becomes a little bit crazy if you do it that way. I like it near. It makes it the easiest to complete more passes without throwing the ball all over the place. Now, freeform reticle speed. Last year, I turned this up. I was on 12, 16. I had messed with it, had pretty high. This year, I think it's more beneficial to keep it down around 8. It seems to be the best one. 7 is kind of the default. I wanted a slightly bit faster so I can move it a little quicker. 8 seems to be the right speed here. Reticle visibility. I have this on, and I have meter visibility on as well. I like these on because it lets me see when I'm playing a CPU, what they're doing with their reticle. It lets me see like the full visibility. I want to be able to get the most feedback possible so I know what I did wrong or what I did right so I can duplicate it or not do it the next time. Now we have the best settings, but just having these settings is only part of what you need to know to become a better passer. And that brings us to step 2, understanding what skill-based passing unlocks for you as a player. A huge part to skill-based passing is the ability to freeform a pass. Freeform gives you complete control over the location of a pass. To use a freeform, you're going to hold the left trigger or L2 plus the receiver button, and then you're going to move the left thumbstick to change the location of the pass. Let's see it in action here. Okay, you notice, look at Diggs from right to left, right on the money, change the location of the pass, completed, big first down. There's circles and there's a meter on screen. How does this affect my ability to make a freeform pass? If you look at this big gray circle, that's the catch radius for Diggs on this particular throw. Long throws are going to have a larger catch radius, and short throws are going to have a much smaller catch radius. This is telling you Madden believes that Diggs can reach the pass inside this circle on this particular throw. Whether it was up, down, right, or left, that's where he can catch the ball on this particular throw. The next thing I want you to notice is this meter. you see how it's yellow? And do you see those two little white bars? If I would have timed it out and released the button between those two little bars, I would have gotten perfect accuracy. But what does perfect accuracy mean? Let's take a look. Pause here. One more time. Okay, do you see the orange circle? That's where the ball is going. That's where I wanted the ball to go. Now that little white triangle pointing down and that green dot is where the ball is actually going to go based on how I hit that meter. So I held it slightly longer, so I'm going to get a good accuracy rating. If I held it even longer, I might get a poor accuracy or an inaccurate altogether. Now, if it's a perfect accuracy, you'll see that little white triangle pointing somewhere inside of that orange little reticle, which is where I told the game to actually pass the ball. So I got good accuracy, the meter's green. It puts the target right outside of where I put the orange reticle. Boom, completed pass, big play nonetheless. Let's watch it one more time here. So you can see when I hit the pass button here, I move the reticle all the way from right to left. And at this point, I've done selecting the meter and it's a good accuracy. As we get closer, we can see that little triangle down is slightly outside the orange reticle because it wasn't a perfectly accurate pass. It's still a good pass, still on the money, but it wasn't perfect. If it was perfect, I might have taken this all the way to the house and not fallen down. I might have been able to use a rack catch or a run after a catch by hitting square on my controller instead of hitting X here, but I wanted to make sure I got the catch. I did a secure catch by hitting X on my PlayStation controller, or it's A on Xbox. When you turn on skill-based passing, it doesn't lock you in to free-forming every single pass. You can still pass like you normally would, but you get the benefits of using skill-based passing. Let's look at this play where I don't use the freeform, but I make a perfect pass and get a big play. Now I'm going to hit O here. Watch, I hit the meter perfectly. You see how it's glowing green? That's a perfect accurate pass. I did place the ball slightly to the left using the left thumbstick, but I wasn't holding left trigger. This is not a free form pass. Now as we get closer, you can see the triangle pointing down is inside that orange reticle because that's where I wanted it to go. It wasn't a free form, so I didn't have to worry so much about that accuracy piece. And you can see the gray circle is again the catch radius where my receiver can catch the ball. On the money, perfect accuracy. I'm able to catch it before the defender gets there. Accuracy perfect, big play. Now that we've picked the best settings and we understand what skill-based passing unlocks for us as a player, let's implement the freeform passing and learn when to use it and when not to use it. When should you avoid freeform passing? Let's take a look here. I'm going outside the pocket. I'm looking for O. You see how inaccurate that is? On the run, out of reach, it messes up my accuracy on the run. Josh Allen's a pretty good quarterback in this game, and had I not freeformed that, I probably would have hit him. I probably could just roll out and no problem find my receiver. I set my feet there, top of the thing, easy. Even says poor accuracy, doesn't matter. I was able to get outside the pocket and complete it. Here's another example of when not to use freeform passing. I have Daniel Jones in here instead of Allen. He's a little bit overrated, doesn't have the same abilities as Allen does, so it's going to be harder for him to complete a freeform pass. He's also a little bit overpaid. They could have given some of that money to Saquon, but nonetheless, let's see if he can complete a pass here. Freeform, going deep. Oh, and it's intercepted under pressure. That's what I'm talking about. When you don't need a freeform, I could have completed that pass, but instead, under pressure, incomplete. Freeform is really tough on the run or for under pressure. Let's look at when to use freeform. I got Diggs on a corner route here. I'm throwing down and away between two defenders, only where my guy can get it. Unbelievable catch by Diggs. That's what he can do for you. That's what freeform can do for you. Put it where only he can get it and make a play. That's a perfect example of when to use a freeform pass. Here's another time to use a freeform pass. I'm going to look for O here. And watch, I'm going to pass lead down, away from the defense. I complete the pass, avoid the hit, all the way to the end zone for a touchdown. You can obviously use freeform passing on any type of play or any type of route, but I really like it on in routes and drag routes. Let's take a look at an in route. I got Diggs going on the in route here, freeform, down and away, a diving catch there, keep it away from the defender, no big hit, no knockout, big time first down. Let's look at it one more time here, Diggs in the in route, down and away. You see I avoid the contact, I let it down, kept it away from the defender. I was able to get two hands on the ball and make a move before the contact came, so there's no knockout, and that's a big time completion, and that's only possible if I'm using the freeform there. Now you have the best passing settings. You understand what freeform and skill-based passing unlocks for you as a player. You know when to avoid freeform and when to use it. The fourth step is on you to jump into practice mode and make mistakes. Take your favorite plays and try to make all the throws. Understand what the defense is going to do and how they're going to react. So when it comes to game time, you're ready to make the game-winning throws and you're going to set yourself ahead of the competition. Now that you have the skills to be a great passer, let's talk about defense. Check out this video here where I break down a meta blitz and how to bring absolutely ridiculous pressure on your opponent.